Dear friends, oh my goodness, Floyd Patterson has started a revolution, hasn't he? This is it. It's the singing revolution. We're going to sing together in unification from now on, okay? Estonia was a little country in Russia, I believe, that had a great danger coming their way. They were facing annihilation by nations around them. And Estonia basically everyone started singing. They started singing together their ancient songs, and the power of 20,000 people singing together one prayer is overwhelmingly effective, actually. I mean, feel into those chants of the civil rights movement. My mother dreamed last night, and in her dream came the words, active prayer, active prayer. So when you enter active prayer, you open yourself up for guidance from the other side, just like Harriet Tubman did when she began to allow her third eye to guide her through the forest of persecution when she saved more than 700 slaves through following the divine voice that guided her. Now you might be like, well, Eve, I don't have a divine voice. I don't know how to do that. Try this. This is going to be really much more simple than you think. Just get a little journal and a pen and keep it by your bed. Every morning I wake up now from a question that I've asked before I went to bed. And in the morning, just before I wake up, the dream comes. And the answer comes. This morning, the dream was a song that I was singing and hearing. And it's the song of the world singing together. It's the song of the New Green Deal. So we're going to sing the New Green Deal into being, okay? So what that means is, well, you have to see the New Green Deal. And in the New Green Deal, we amend the Constitution and we say that police brutality is totally illegal because we have a constitutional right to our safety in the street and in whatever we're doing. Guns are also become illegal. They do, with the exception of something related to hunting and maybe self-protection, but none of these automatic weapons, none of these things being handed to kids. Anyway, in the New Green Deal, we have a right to education, to housing affordably, to high enough wages. We have a right to health care, and we have the rights of equality for all, for women, for men, for all people of whatever color doing the same job. We amend our Constitution to say that, politicians cannot be fed by big corporations and that nobody's vote can be thwarted, including people in jail, which means that you cannot have a jail slavery system anymore, that jailing is not the way we take care of society's problems. We do rehab programs, and we do, a time period of rest for people in crisis. And we also basically create jobs that pay well. So we actually include everybody in the story of survival so that people don't have to, rely on scary ways of making a living when there's no other options. So here it is. What I really want us to do right now is to learn songs and to share those songs together. I'm trying to learn a song that's really, really hard for me. It's by Cynthia Erivo. When she's playing the part of Harriet in the Harriet movie, she sings this incredible song. And the truth is, Harriet, was an incredible singer. She had an extraordinary voice, and she would sing to people through the forest, and they would, oh, that's Moses. They called her Moses, leading them to the promised land, right? So in this song, Cynthia Erivo sings something like, I've been walking with my face turned to the sun, weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can for my people. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna feel it in my bones. Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know right around the bend might be hard to face, 'cause I'm all alone, but you're not alone. And I might win and I might fail, but Lord knows we try. Sure as the stars fill up the sky. Anyway, I can't sing worth crap right now, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're singers, right? It doesn't matter, because it's the unification of that voice. In Estonia, when 20,000 people sang together, it's a unified prayer. That is my mother's dream. Active prayer, active prayer, active prayer, okay? Active prayer. So go into the dreamland, stop bullets with your hand, with your angel's hand, change destiny, change things before they even happen. Have Floyd walk down a different street, have those cops trained differently in your imagination. But then when you activate the prayer, you actually come into this world and you join the calling to get Democrats and people into office who want to protect the rights of the people of color and the immigrants here. And we just change everybody who's running the country. I met a new friend, and he was like kind of, I think he was a Trump supporter, and it was really interesting to hear the way that the people who voted for Baby Dump, that big baby in the White House dumping on everybody, is they think this country's too small. We don't have room for everybody. My wages are low. I have no health care. I can't even afford my car payments. Those people of color, those immigrants, they're the ones that are the problem. When of course it has nothing to do with the people who are immigrants and of color. We know they come here with more talent, usually more education, with a specialty, or they come with like something we don't have, like a restaurant they can offer, and then they offer jobs, and then they pay more taxes than we do because they're so careful to be good citizens. And then they come and they do all this shit work that people here don't want to do, like the migrant workers and the housekeeping and the taxi driving and all the things that run the country. There's a new term now for all those people who keep this country going. They're called essential workers, right? We know from the COVID virus, we're learning essential workers are basically all the immigrants and people of color who've been kept from higher jobs, who've been, systematically not allowed to make a better income. Well, in this new day, in this new Green Deal, follow Andrea Ocasio-Cortez, follow the Extinction Rebellion movement, and notice how these movements, what's happening is when they use art, when they use theater, when they use dance, when you use song, it captures the attention of the nation, and it captures the metaphorical imagination. So when people are like all about they just don't understand Democrats, they don't believe that Democrats want to really help people, it's because they've been felt so betrayed for so long with their needs not being met. And that's because we haven't set up our country to protect people. Whether you're Republican or Democrat or rich or poor or white or black, there's nothing in place but capitalism, and capitalism is about rape of all people. It's about take, 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 do not give and take, just take and take more than you give. So that as a basis for a society is not sustainable. It's we're breaking apart. Our country is in shambles. So when we have to come back together, what we're doing is we're unifying under love. We're unifying under our Constitution, which was really written in there as the basics of, freedom of speech and freedom of religion, freedom to gather. When Baby Dump, just what was it, yesterday, tear gassed and put rubber bullets into a small group of people protesting near the White House, peacefully, and he almost killed them so that he could have a photo op holding the Bible upside down, by the way, on a church that didn't want him to on their steps with that kind of hatefulness. That is the same picture of Hitler holding the Bible upside down, making that statement. So here you go. It's okay, honey. Your heart is hurting, but it's in a healing process. This is called the bursting of the pussy boil of our nation's illness. And the reason Baby Dump got into office at all is because so many Republican men, really, usually, had fathers who were very, very violent, who were alcoholics, and who abused them, and who, what happened is the Republican men want healing with their father. So Baby Dump reminded them of their dad so much, being a tyrant, being a bully, being a narcissist, that they wanted to vote for him out of the desire to heal, not the desire to hate or support the Ku Klux Klan. No, they wanted to heal with their own dads. Yeah, I know that seems, and they had faith. They thought he's going to be a maverick. He's going to do so many wild and different things that he's going to shake it all up and be our hero to finally fight for the people, because the Republican workers are like in the middle class, a lot of them, and they are being shafted. They're paying too much taxes. They're not getting, there's co-pays for everything. There's they're holding together the country, and at the same time they don't get to rest. They never get a time off. They can barely even most of them are still working 2 jobs if they want to support a family or support kids. So of course they're looking for some hero, like we all are. Sorry, this lighting is so bad today. So all we need to do is get, oh, I get it. So we're all on the same page. We all have the same needs. We all just need food, housing, rest, freedom to express ourselves, protection under the law, and a nice society to live in that's organized and beautiful, beautiful. So let's not smash our cities. I don't think it's going to be, actually, even though it's so cathartic. And I was just like, yes, you're starting the revolution. I'm with you. I want to break windows too. But then it's just like, no, we're really going to change everything now. Okay? Really. We're going to sing together. This is Floyd Patterson's Singing Revolution. Okay? Learn a song. Teach it to a friend. Get some groups together to go sing on street corners, holding signs about the new Green Deal. It's time. It's time. New Green Deal. And that includes, protection under the law, protection by the police, not brutality. Okay. Ooh, that was a long rant. So, I hope that helped. Stand up. Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling us to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on.